As you see here in today's movie review is a Japanese film by the name of図書館戦争, aka Library Wars, directed by Shinsuke Sato, and it's based on the novel by Hiro Arikawa, which is, like, the entire series is also a manga production. So there's the manga, the book, and the movie is actually based off the actual light novel. So this movie stars Nana Eikura and Jun'ichi Okada. So those are the two main casts. Eikura Nana plays Iku Kasahara, who is like the main new person at this library, and then Jun'ichi Okada plays her superior. So going back on the actual plot, it's a pretty interesting plot for sure, because it's a storyline that takes place in 2019, and it's like an alternative, like, history timeline sort of thing. So it's pretty much set in the year 2019 in Japan, and then there's a new law that's passed which allows governments to create an armed force to find and destroy objectionable printed material. So anything that is harmful to society, and it's just pretty much a lame thing to crack down on free expression. To oppose this oppressive crackdown, the library force was created, so it works to protect the libraries. So this entire movie is about this conflict between this oppressive army versus the library force sort of thing. Because I mean, in this story, in this setting, it takes place that bookstores would have to, like, give up their books because some politician thinks that it's harmful for children. So this force comes in and grabs all the books, whereas the library force protects the library and rejects these opposing forces to come in to grab these books that are deemed bad for the society. So what did I like about this film? First off, it was sort of hard to wrap my brain around that there's a library force. To imagine that my local library actually has armed forces behind it to protect it. It was kind of a stretch of imagination, but as the movie went on, it was just like, yes, this is their era, like, where free expression is being cracked down on, and that these special forces will come in and take away all these books, but yet it's only subjective expression, or subjective, there's not that much violence yet it's banned. And then you have this whole concept of, like, what is free expression and what should be allowed, what is actually affecting, you know, murderers to be loosed on the street killing people. Is it because of a comic or a movie, or was it just that they're pretty messed up sort of thing? So that's pretty much the thing that it talks about. So I enjoy that. I also enjoy seeing Eikura Nana on the big screen because, I don't know, I'm a big fan of her. And also Jun'ichi Okada was pretty enjoyable when I watched SP back in the day. So this movie is sort of a stretch of an imagination, but it's like the message that's trying to get across is pretty out there. Storyline when it comes with the actual wars is kind of weird in the sense where the library force is not allowed to kill while the opposing force is. So that was another, like, how does that even work? So there's a little bit of that going on throughout the film that was sort of like, why are things like this? The action here is a hit and miss for me because sometimes it's really intense, but then the gunfights are kind of lame because it's like, you know the library force can't kill anybody, so it's just, they're just gonna get shot at and they randomly shoot people, but yet they can never kill anybody despite, you know, blind shoot. I can't really immerse myself in this environment when it comes to the actual fighting, but then the concept of banned books and, you know, to have the force on standby, I get that, but the actual fighting was sort of a stretch of imagination. I heard great things about the manga and light novel, so I mean, I guess it's just weird seeing it on a big screen, and I'm not used to the concept. But overall, the film tackles some interesting thoughts about free expression and just banning, and just, you know, what it would be like if some country in the future actually sets this law in place. And as acting wise comes and goes, I guess it was okay. I didn't expect much from it. It was just standard, like, you know, both leads played a character that they both played before, so it's not like, oh, I never knew Eikura Nana can play someone like that. Or the same thing for Jun'ichi Okada. They pretty much played people that I've seen before. So yeah, would I recommend this? It's an interesting storyline, that's for sure, because it's just weird seeing guns in a library. But beyond that, I don't know, just check it out. If you like the series, totally check out the movie, because it was I want to check out the manga for sure, because it is interesting to see how it is placed in a movie verse and how the manga verse compared to it, because I can't compare it right now, but overall I would say that it's an interesting setting for sure, and the storyline would get interesting. I could see a lot of potentials from this for sure. So anyway, that's pretty much it for this movie review for the Library Wars Toshokan Sensho. So, see